Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium, where today we have a good one. Detroit City FC hosts Charleston Battery in a huge Eastern Conference matchup. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger, my name is Neil Rule. Happy to have you all with us. And John, as we were just talking about this, check out our players to watch, brought to you by the Finnish Long Drink, a couple of Centurions and guys that really have been the fabric of Detroit City FC, and Connor Rutz and Devin Amu-Mensah.
And Amu-Mensah is a fixture along the back line and really is everywhere, can come forward as well. He's a great weapon in defense. Connor Rutz silently has moved into a tie for second all-time in appearances. He's just a gritty guy that keeps earning his place, and he'll move up the city record books with a sub-appearance tonight.
On the other side of the pitch, of course, Charleston Battery, the one phrase that comes to mind, firepower, 22 goals. They lead USL Championship in that department, 24% conversion rate. They fill the back of the net.
And Neil, it's because they move so well as a unit. They slide into pockets of space. They provide good service for the man up top, Cal Jennings, that we'll talk about in just a moment. They really are a cohesive club, and it shows in the standings.
And speaking of Cal Jennings, the player to watch for Charleston Battery, the bottom line is all these goals we talk about for Charleston Battery, just about every time he's involved.
He's got a run of 8 straight matches where he's had a goal or a goal involvement. City have to find a way to neutralize him tonight here at Keyworth.
One of the best matchups of the season, and when we come back, we'll get you the starting 11s, and of course, we will kick it. Charleston Battery, Detroit City FC, we have it for you coming up next.
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify, banking built for real life. No jargon, no hassle, just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more, spend smarter, build wealth? We've got your back. With 0 hidden fees and game-changing savings rates, this is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
Some people are born warriors. Something drives them forward, past any obstacle, towards something bigger. Maybe they weren't born with a silver spoon, but they were born with a purpose. At Wayne State University, we take this drive and turn it into so much more, so they can become warrior strong.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Hi, Dave from DTE here. Ooh, this dirty HVAC filter makes your system work a lot harder, and that costs money. But they're really easy to change. First, just check the edge of your current filter to see what size to buy. Then, just insert the new filter with the arrow facing toward the furnace. It's that easy. Energy bill savings. Get more tips on our website.
Detroit City FC is brought to you by Fago, proud to be the official pop of DCFC. Fort Pontchartrain, proud to be the official hotel partner of Detroit City FC. And Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Back inside Keyworth, just about ready to roll. Let's check out the starting 11 for Detroit City FC, brought to you by the DMC. And John, no Stephen Carroll in the starting 11, but there is a Stephen Carroll in the 18.
And that's great news for Detroit City FC fans as he comes back from injury. Also, Shane Wheat in defense is filled in very ably in his absence.
On the other side for Charleston Battery, of course, we've talked about Cal Jennings, but MD Myers is a guy, his whole career, all he's done is score goals.
And he's got 8 of them as well. And look at Malloy in midfield. He's going to play a big role today in trying to distribute and control the middle of the park.
Detroit City FC will have the possession first. Darren Smith will put it in play. 60 degrees, the temperature at the opening kick. And here we are, Memorial Day weekend, Keyworth Stadium, Detroit City FC and Charleston Battery. Smith made the run, was played away, and Shane Wheat touch it back to Carlos Herrera, getting the start at the keeper position, and some pressure. Herrera had no other choice but to play that one over the line, so a deep throw for Charleston Battery.
And I know Danny Diggio knew that Charleston Battery was going to try to come out hard and fast today. City have to find a way to counter that.
Beautiful ball. Rodriguez had it at the top of the D. Slotted out. Boy, great turn by Ben Morris. Darren Smith is on the move in the counter into the 18. Smith tried to step over and step through, but instead it's played out in a corner loading.
Darren Smith off to the races and had a runner coming as Ben Morris was on his horse. If Darren Smith could have put the cross in, but the corner's the next best thing. Early set piece opportunity for City.
Corners brought to you by the Spot Massage Therapy. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. Early opportunity for LaRouge. Morris, service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City on the finish. Beautiful execution. And the home side takes the lead.
Be interesting to see who got a touch on this, Neil, but it is a dream start for LaRouge.
Was that Shane Wheat?
We talked about him in the open. Header comes across. And I believe you are correct. Nope, Jay Chapman against his former club. How about that? The guy who joined Charleston Battery on loan last year came to Detroit in the offseason and gives a little look over to Ben Pierman and says, I gotcha. 1-0.
Jay Chapman's gotten a lot of people throughout his career at all levels. And a dream start for the home side as the smoke pours out of the Northern Guard supporter section. Jay Chapman, the All-American at Michigan State. Over 110 matches played in MLS. 3 matches played for the Canadian national team as well.
And Chapman was so good for Charleston last year, helped him make the Eastern Conference final. Comes back home to Michigan and has his club on the scoreboard.
Reese Williams. Ball sent in. Morris trying to work his way through with it. Michael Bryant's first touch. That ball played in, and Smith was in the area. Medillo, the starting keeper for Charleston, was a third goalkeeper for Club America and Liga MX back in 2019. He's been at some pretty high levels of this game, but he's playing from behind early on now.
And this is a grade A start by Detroit City Football Club. Got the goal, still on the front foot, pressuring Charleston.
And
there's
giveaway.
a mistake.
Battery able to get away with it. Luis Amadillo. Nearly a nightmare scenario. And Malloy. A good give and go. Nathan Dos Santos, service in, cut out by Wheat.
And Wheat tracked that well, read it very well. Charleston, not to be outdone, they immediately move forward in midfield, trying to compress the field. Good service.
David Torres crosses it, and we're level at 1 on the other side. And Cal Jennings was up top, and he continues his roll. He's in double figures now in goals.
That ties him for the USL record in most consecutive matches, with a goal involvement at 9 matches in a row. You said it in the open. If they're going to score, he's going to be around. He got left alone, got goal side of his defender, and his header was perfect. 1-1.
Nothing Herrera could have done in that scenario. Reese Williams pings it up, looking for Darren Smith. Ball sent into Darren Smith. He crosses over, lets it go, but I believe the flag is up. And it is. Boy, Darren Smith hit an absolute banger, too.
I did not have end-to-end in the first 10 minutes on my bingo card, but that's where we're at here, Neil. And Darren Smith denied a worldie by the offside flag.
Dos Santos touches it through and given away. Cedeno has Morris running with him. Cedeno lets it go, and it skips up to the keeper, Zamudio. He will make the save.
So the question there becomes, why did Cedeno shoot? He had two runners coming with him. The ball started bouncing on him, and even though the keeper had a clear sight on it, really it's just about putting an attempt on goal and seeing what will happen. But the ball had started to bounce on the pitch, and that was tough for Cedeno to control.
Throwing for Detroit City. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Suburban Hyundai of Troy. And I guess, John, key number one, we should have got our cardio in, because they're going end to end. But for Detroit City, they got to cool off this Charleston Battery side.
And they tried to be the cooler to start. They got that early goal, but then they surrendered one back. It's all about knowing that you're also, even though Charleston's on a 6-match unbeaten run, you're on a 5-match unbeaten run, and you can run right with them, and they got to try to do that. On the other side, Charleston Battery more of the same, and I'll tell you what, Cal Jennings just
The show goes on.
The show goes on, and the key to the game is checked off, because Charleston came right back and leveled this match. So the key's right where they need to be, 7 minutes and change in.
I'll tell you what, this is the best 7.5 minutes to open a match, maybe in USL Championship all season long.
And certainly here at Keyworth Stadium and for
This has
Detroit
been
City,
fun.
I would think. It's been a fun start. Goal one end on a header, goal the other end on a header, and a denied worldie by an offside flag. Yeah, it's a good first 7 minutes.
Dio put the right boot to it. Played 5 matches for Pittsburgh back in 2023. He was there on loan. DC United out of MLS. 1 flat goals against average this season. Santos facing some pressure from Reese Williams. Weed over.
You know what this first 7 minutes shows, Neil Rule, is that you were right in a question that you asked during our conference calls with the coaches earlier this week. And you asked, I believe it was Ben Pierman, about formation, how much formation matters. And sometimes it's just about guys making plays. Detroit City in a 4-2-3-1 to start this match didn't matter. What mattered is they got a counter and a corner and a goal. And really, for all that's made in the game today about formation, it's about who can make plays, control midfield, and put the ball in the back of the net.
Well, and we know Cal Jennings can make plays.
And put the ball in the back of the net.
He's done it 10 times now this season. Right side attack. That ball redirected. Bounces in on Herrera. Carlos Herrera, 34 matches played for Monterey Bay the previous 3 seasons. He came into Monterey Bay as a trialist. And I love those stories, kind of self-made men, blaze their own path, and found success. And he certainly has done that. That ball winged in. Aaron Smith laid that one up, and it's taken away. Cedeno. Aaron Smith drops it off. Backheel attempt to Reese Williams. Clearance was blocked. And City's just in there grinding right now.
They absolutely are. This is exactly what they needed to do against this Charleston club pushing 3 in the midfield forward. When Danny Dicchio's midfield is working really well, the wingbacks are forward, and they're able to compact the field and provide early service. And that's what we've seen over and over again here in the first 10 minutes.
Cedeno to Michael Bryant. Chapman. Villanueva. It's really his first touch that I remember. As the throw is coming up, this portion of the match brought to you by Alumnify. Smart banking, fearless football. One winning team. Alumnify, proud partner of Detroit City FC. Ready to cross into the 12th minute if you're just joining us. Where you been? It has been electric to start. An early goal for both sides. Jay Chapman for Detroit City. And just moments later, Cal Jennings got his 10th of the year for Charleston Battery. The stars of both sides are out full force.
Maureen Lilla coming out to attend to an injured City player. So everybody gets to breathe after 10 minutes.
Villanueva, the one that is down. Villanueva scored the goal for Detroit City last week in Birmingham. Now he will get back to his feet. Very critical component for Detroit City FC and what they do. Reese Williams, Alex Villanueva. There's a lot asked of the wings for Detroit City FC. They are critical.
They absolutely are. This game, as Danny Dicchio told us, is so transitional. And the key to that transition is the wingbacks being able to handle both halves of their duties. Because you have to, when you are in possession, get forward, provide service, stretch the back line from touchline to touchline, and then get back and be stout defensively to not allow Charleston or any other opponent to come through the middle and take you out wide.
Menso sends it all the way to the 6. Juan David Torres played it away.
Oh, what a play there.
Boy, Dominic Gasso saved a dangerous chance for Charleston Battery.
Turned his body, just shielded his opponent away. Got beat at first, recovered well.
Landry sports that over the goal line. Landry from the Ivory Coast, the 100 USL Championship matches played. Has a goal this year. Pretty much everybody on Charleston has at least a goal this year.
They do have a diversified scoring attack. You got a number of players with one goal, but the two that you're really looking at are Myers and Jennings. 17 of their goals on the season. And Jennings already with one of them today. So 18 of their goals on the season coming from those two. Not to be outdone though, Malloy in midfield just really solid. Able to switch the ball well. Always plays with his head on a swivel. And this is more what I was expecting this match to be, Neil. The first 5 minutes notwithstanding. Just a battle of positioning.
Boy, great job by Ben Morris. The toe poke. Reese Williams, the cross. Smith flicks it. And Landry loses control. And we're going to do the corner bit again for Detroit City FC.
Oh boy, what a run by Smith. And this is great service across. He just got there a little too quick for Smith, and he couldn't get the forehead on it. Lances off the top of the head, but City lucky to get a corner here in the 15th minute. They're 1 for 1 on corners.
This corner kick brought to you by the Spot Massage Therapy. Driven towards the back post, and it's loose.
Oh, he wants that one back.
Yes, he does. Dominic Gasso was right there on the doorstep.
It does not get any more wide open than this. That is decent service. That is a goal with nobody, no defender within 2 yards of you. You got to finish. Mark that one down on 15 minutes as a key point in this game. City with a gilt-edged chance to take the lead, and they don't convert.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Detroit City FC seats.
Serve that corner.
The kids would say Ben Morris is in his bag today.
Yes.
For corner service. John, I wonder, looks like the physiology has changed a little bit for Detroit City FC after that last opportunity. That can happen.
Absolutely. You are looking at 2-1 and you don't have it. And now you gotta keep the engines revving and not think about the fact that it should be 2-1. And gotta keep it going. So you gotta keep the fire going, keep pressing forward. Last 2 or 3 minutes, Charleston a little better in midfield. One of the things Ben Pierman was worried about, though, Neil, was his back line heading into this match. They've had a lot of turnover on that back line. He wondered if there would be opportunities for them to be exposed, and boy, have there been opportunities for them to be exposed. So you have to keep their foot on the gas, keep testing that back line, switching it to both touch lines, making the back line respect touch line to touch line. That'll create the gaps where Darren Smith and Ben Morris can get runs through.
Landry tried a quick restart. Now Villanueva, Landry getting in the mix right in front of the referee Elton Garcia. Jacob Little, AR1. AR2 is A. Mac Smith, and the fourth official, of course, is Ryan Homick. It is an extended discussion between referee Elton Garcia and Landry. Pinged up for Jennings, and Jennings
Put
a little over-aggressive on the seal.
Yeah, it's not going to be a hard decision for the referee when there's no one within 5 yards of you and you put your arm in a defender's back and extend. In almost the textbook definition of that type of foul.
A good job to find Cedeno.
Good close there by Charleston. Danger spot here.
Joe Rodriguez got it away. On David Torres. Joe poked it up. Connect with MD Myers.
So they can't do much more of that. That was almost a really troublesome spot there. Not much movement with the players without the ball, and all of a sudden, the City player with the ball, 3 defenders around him, and you can basically boa constrictor him into giving up the ball there. Got to keep moving without the ball, keep giving passing lanes. You did that so well through the first 12 minutes. Got to keep moving around, keep giving options.
Shane Wheat pinged it across the pitch, but the flag is up. Oh, beautiful find by Shane Wheat. Beautiful ball, too. Villanueva just a step early. Here comes Darren Smith. Oh, that ball away from the feet. It's Amadio. A couple of nervous moments for Luis Amadio, keeper for Charleston Battery. Chapman tried to settle it down. Santos. Been a fixture for Pittsburgh. 50 matches played for them in 2022 and 23. This college soccer at Duquesne, transferred to Marshall. For those that don't know, Marshall is a college soccer powerhouse. They're probably one of the best athletic programs in all of college sports that you might not know about.
They have churned more MLS and USL Championship talent. If you were to go through the American college ranks, you're going to see a lot of Thundering Herd.
Yep.
On rosters
winning
in the top
national
2 divisions.
championships.
Yep. It's interesting the schools in the United States where the Olympic sports can really shine that you wouldn't think about. And Marshall's one of those.
Rodriguez played that one up to the top of the D. Rodriguez gets on the end of this one, and Herrera closes the door.
That's a nice job by Herrera to stay in good position, because that cross from the byline got dangerous in a hurry. City closes on the ball but left a gap, and the cross. If Herrera doesn't break this up, look at the runners heading in toward the back post, and he gets stopped. So maybe City get their foot off, they get lucky a little bit there. But Herrera, a nice job to break up that cross, even though they surrender the set piece.
Some issues over in the corner. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Old Nation Brewing Company, celebrating 10 years of independent and respectfully brewed beers. There may be an Old Nation or two cracked around the Detroit area this Memorial Day weekend.
So many good opportunities to crack open an Old Nation.
I'm a big fan of their products. I celebrate pretty much their entire catalog.
I need to expand my reach.
Yes, you do.
Into the Old Nation family a little more.
And Herrera punches that corner away. With these corners, we are 22 minutes into this match. These corners are wars. They're going on inside the 6 right now.
Absolutely. Physical. And by the way, the service on all 4 of them, or all 3 of them that we've had, have been outstanding.
Yes. Well, it's everything we thought it would be, John. I mean, we talked about it pound for pound. This is one of the best matches on the calendar, the entire USL Championship calendar, and it's been every bit of that so far here today.
These 2 teams combining to be unbeaten in 11 matches. Charleston 6 in a row, 6 wins in a row. City unbeaten in 5. And you're seeing why through 22 minutes and change.
Detroit City FC really has had ownership of the all-time series between these 2 teams. DCFC's won 3 times. Charleston has won once. There's been 2 draws. Chris Williams trying to find Darren Smith. Santos played it out, a throw upcoming.
Just the way that Charleston defends these throws, Neil, they really do a good job of creating a ring. They'll allow someone to receive the throw, but they do a really good job of shutting down the gaps to turn receiving that throw into something. It's a really good setup that Ben Pierman has on throw-ins. Just not allow that second touch to turn the throw into anything meaningful.
Dio surveying the scene. Shane Wheaton-Jennings locked up.
It's going to be a battle. Referee's letting that go. That tells the players it's a physical standard today. And you're going to see that grow throughout this match.
Fans, make sure you enter the Prinks Tires Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter today.
Charleston have grown into this match more and more over the last 6-7 minutes. Really, City, with such that hot start, you get the 1-0 lead, you surrender the goal to tie it, and partner, you said it. Since the missed chance on the corner, Detroit City look absolutely different, and Charleston have grown into this match. They're better through midfield in terms of controlling and not allowing City's wing backs to get forward. They've closed on the ball much quicker, and City are a step quieter. They need to find that energy they had in the first 12 minutes. Get it back, because the Battery are showing why they're leading the conference and have grown into this match over the last 7-8 minutes.
Sent up for Jennings. Myers flicked it ahead. Bryant clipped Arturo Rodriguez in the back. And Rodriguez is rolling around. And Michael Bryant, I'll say he disagrees.
And Malloy is trying to go over there and politic for something more.
Take a look at the Fago replay. Rodriguez back up to his feet.
With a smile on his face.
Rodriguez, a product of the FC Dallas Academy, played 37 matches for North Texas with 10 goals. Of course, he was a part of that North Texas USL One League side that had Ricardo Pepi, who now plays for the U.S. national team. Ball sent into the box, and Rodriguez had his shot blocked. Boy, Ben Morris came over and eliminated the threat.
That's a forward coming back and playing that kind of read defense to get over and take one for the team. Yes, you surrender the set piece, but what a job by Morris to read where that was going, close the space, and deny a clear shot on goal.
Corner loading.
Again, here we go.
Ball sent in. Gasso was able to clear that out. There's Amu Mensah with some space on the left side.
He got left alone. He's got to move. He's got to move much quicker. Let's Charleston get back in their shape.
Steve Myers on his horse and got over there. Ball into space again. Villanueva works against Landry. His cross in. Medillo made the grab and rolled it out and threw it away. Jay Chapman had it played away by Dos Santos, but a throw coming up. Huge crowd as always here at Keyworth. This holiday weekend. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. 60 degrees at the opening kick. First time we've seen the sun here in Detroit about 3 or 4 days, so that's a welcomed addition.
I wasn't sure that the sun actually existed.
I had heard about it. I've read about it in a book.
This orange ball in the sky.
Yeah.
For those of you who have never been to Michigan in April and May, it is the epitome of wait 5 minutes.
Right.
And the weather will change. And then the sun will go away for a week and a half.
Gasso sends it back to Wheat. Look at Dominic Gasso now playing that left back spot. He'll kind of slide all over here. And we've talked about it, the tactics and the formations and stuff. They're very fluid with Detroit City FC.
And Danny Dicchio is adept at kind of tweaking the formation throughout a match. Seeing where there's a liability, shifting some personnel around, taking advantage of opportunities. That's a good ball out wide for Smith.
Smith crosses it. Nobody on the other side for City.
And I think the offside flag.
You are correct, sir. All right, John, about a half hour into this one. What are you seeing? What do you think you're going to see?
I think we're going to get a little more cagey. The first 12 minutes notwithstanding, I think we're going to get a little more cagey here before halftime, as these two teams kind of now trying to find a way through what has become a more clogged midfield. What I've seen is that the first half hour was a tale of two halves. The first 15 minutes belonged to City. The second 15 minutes belonged to Charleston. And they're the team in the ascendancy right now.
And folks, the USL on the CBS Sports Network wraps up the month of May with a Western Conference doubleheader on May 28th. San Antonio FC takes on FC Tulsa at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Las Vegas Lights and Phoenix Rising FC at 10:30. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network on May 28th.
Touch is getting heavier for City here in the last 5-10 minutes. Showing Charleston more of the ball. We've seen more Battery players closing on the ball. More dispossessions than we saw in the first 10-12. This match has settled into what I thought it might be from the beginning. Pretty cagey affair between two of the conference's best teams.
Ben Morris has had a pretty good match.
He's had a very good match.
For Detroit City.
Both ends of the pitch, too.
Yeah. He nearly pulled off an incredible move. And the call will go against DCFC. I believe Gasso's the guilty party.
But the way that he's used allows him to do that. Because if you take a look at Danny Dickio's sub-patterns, I believe that Ben Morris's remit is go run for 65 minutes. Be on both ends of the pitch and do whatever.
It's a booking for Gasso.
Oh my.
Sorry to interrupt you, John.
No.
We had some breaking news there.
We did.
When news breaks, we break in.
Interesting news at that.
Yep.
Interesting first booking of the match. So Morris's remit is to run for 65, and that's where Connor Rutz comes in. So that's why he's so strong in that first hour, because you have the depth off the bench to let him do that.
Ball sent in. Herrera, shore-handed grab. He'll roll it out.
Counter chance.
And Cedeno able to keep his feet and the possession of the ball. Cedeno has it. Shot is blocked. Cedeno lays it off, and Darren Smith glanced off the top of his head, was trying to head it down, and couldn't get enough of it. Nearly 2-1 again.
Probably, as you would say, partner, a little too much mustard on the hot dog for Smith to get behind it. It came across and fizzed. To just keep it going, walks in. The deflection's there. It goes out wide. And that's just too fast for Darren Smith. Heads up play to keep that going, but if you're going to cross it, you got to put it on the end where somebody can catch up to it.
Gasso, in the meantime, ding for another foul. Already on a yellow.
I would not be surprised if he comes close to committing another foul if there's a sub at halftime.
I was just thinking along those same lines.
You're a half hour in, you're on a booking, and you got noticed by the referee again.
Smith's making a run, and that ball slotted just wide of that right post by Villanueva.
Neil, it is not outside the realm of possibility to say that this match should be 3 or 4-1. And yet it's not. And Charleston is still very much in this match. That cross just a little too far forward for Smith. But the header missed by Gasso. Smith not able to catch up with that one.
Gasso challenging Myers.
Oh, man, you don't want to leave your feet like that on a yellow.
It's across Dos Santos.
Gasso's really got to be careful when he leaves his feet like that.
Chris Allen, 30 matches played for Memphis 901 back in 2022. Fits the bill of a Ben Pierman guy. Rodriguez. Jay Chapman came over and just shut it all down.
There's another guy that's had a good match.
Yep. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Wayne State University, proud to be the official higher education partner of Detroit City Football Club. Talking about Ben Pierman earlier in his 3rd season at Charleston. He's taken them to the Eastern Conference, to an Eastern Conference championship. Eastern Conference championship matches. He's the 2022 USL Coach of the Year with Memphis. And of course, assistant coach for Michigan State from 2011 to 2018, and the head coach of Detroit City FC from 2013 to 2018 as well. And he was a part of building the foundation that is this club right now.
You know, and the funny thing about Ben, and perhaps the thing that is deserving of so much respect,
and ball's flicked across,
is that everywhere he's gone, it's worked. When he was an assistant under Damon Rensing at Michigan State, it worked. That team got to a College Cup. When he was here at Detroit City FC, building this club through its amateur days, it worked.
It definitely worked, no doubt.
Detroit City FC were one of the dominant amateur sides in this country, and I would argue probably the biggest. Then he goes to Memphis, and it works. He goes to Charleston, and it works. And by the way, he also knows how to pay it forward and recognize good talent. He was an assistant under Damon Rensing. Now on his bench as an assistant, Damon Rensing's brother. So there's a connection going all the way back to his relationship with the Rensing family, Michigan State as well, all the way down on the Charleston Battery bench.
And David Torres keeping the ball at his feet. Now gets it back. Dos Santos inching up. Dos Santos cross. Cal Jennings unable to handle it in the fashion he wanted to. But no, we had great conversations with Ben Pierman and Danny Dicchio, and I asked both Ben Pierman and Danny Dicchio that same question. Why does it work for you? And the responses were interesting in that there's a certain fit that they're looking for. Players, assistant coaches, all of it. It's not just, hey, this guy has the best stats. This is the guy we want to go get. There's Ben Pierman guys. There's Danny Dicchio kind of guys. And that's why it works.
There are some clubs around the world, some teams, that say, we want to go get the guy, and we'll fit our culture to him. And then there are guys like Danny Dicchio and Ben Pierman who say, this is our culture. Does that guy fit? And if the answer to that question is no, doesn't matter how many goals he has scored or how good a defender he's not coming in. Because they both manage to a culture, not to a person.
Medeo being hassled by Ben Morris a little bit. He's had a couple of nervous moments.
But he's gotten better as the match has moved on. And his back line around him has gotten better as the match has moved on.
Myers sends it out into space. This is dangerous. Stepping over. City turns David Torres away very nicely.
Really good job by Villanueva. Just made the body big. And the big thing Villanueva did, Neil, is he didn't make the first move. Made the body big, kept tracking with his player. And eventually, yeah, we have a set piece here. But you didn't allow the crossing.
There is another corner in Charleston Battery. After Detroit City FC was shot out of a cannon to start this match, Charleston Battery, and you talked about it, they're kind of leaning on Detroit City FC now. They've had, what, about 3 or 4 consecutive corners?
Just controlling things, slowing things down.
Torres rips it in and over top of the bar.
City will take that. It's almost to the point, Neil, where if you look at this, I think Detroit City FC are just trying to get to the dressing room at halftime. They are not in control right now. Charleston is. And so, of the two clubs, Detroit City FC, I think, is clearly the club that needs the halftime team talk more at this moment to try to refocus and get back to the way they played in the first 12 minutes of the match.
And make no mistake, this is the hottest club in the league right now in Charleston. There are going to be moments where they assert dominance in a match.
Sure.
There always is.
They've won 6 matches in a row, including a dismantling last week of San Antonio, 4-0.
They absolutely took them apart.
Yeah, clinically, with a brace on his birthday for Jennings.
Cedeno to Villanueva.
Rodriguez has been really good in midfield as well, especially on this near touchline. City have tried to do so much, and Rodriguez just hasn't let it happen. And there he is, getting right back in the involvement and winning a throw for his club.
Joe Rodriguez spent a couple seasons with Phoenix. 52 matches for them with 5 goals from 2021 to 2022. Reese Williams got called for that foul.
He's not happy, and I don't blame him.
There's about 6,700 people that agree with him.
The unlicensed officials are not happy, and he has beef. You're not going to change the referee's mind, but he's got a beef. Especially because it allows Charleston to set up another set piece and keep their control as we head toward the halftime whistle.
43rd minute, Neil Rule, John Krieger, Keyworth Stadium. USL Championship soccer. More eagerly awaited 4 matches between 2 teams coming in hot. Ball swung in, cut out. Rodriguez over on the other side of the pitch now.
He's been everywhere.
Is there 2 of them out there?
He's been everywhere in midfield. Touchline to touchline. Working his socks off. If it weren't for Jennings and the goal, he might be Charleston's player of the half.
Edwards leaves it off. Dio rolled it across Landry. Dos Santos.
You know, I love the stats that USL Championship give us, and 2 of them that I call the work rate stats are your dual stats, both on the ground and in the air. Charleston right now winning 2/3 of the duels overall and 72% of duels in the air. Those are the work rate stats.
Oh, and here comes Jennings. Beautiful setup. Jennings, 2-1 Charleston. Cal Jennings, goal number 11 and his second here this afternoon. He silences the crowd here at Keyworth.
And quickly that setup comes in. And a nice leave for Jennings, and Detroit City FC's defense is nowhere. And for back-to-back weeks, the hottest scorer in the USL Championship right now has bagged a brace, and he's done it in the opening half. Detroit City FC missed their opportunities earlier in the half to take a 2-1 lead. A couple of them. They kept Charleston in the match, and Charleston just made him pay.
Cal Jennings scores goals everywhere he's been.
What a leave to set him up as well.
Mensa will drive it up ahead. Cal Jennings went to college at Central Florida. Scored 45 goals in 65 matches. 45 goals in 65 matches.
Unreal numbers.
He's on a similar pace here this season. There will be 3 minutes of stoppage time.
9 consecutive matches with a goal involved. And back-to-back braces for that man. He gets a goal next week, he's going to have the USL Championship record for consecutive matches all to himself with a goal involved.
Jennings on the ire of the head referee.
Another streak on the line here. Detroit City FC hasn't lost here at Keyworth Stadium in USL Championship since August 24th of 2024 against Tulsa. They're behind now, going to have to find something in the second half.
Yeah, so unable to control it. Then got it back. Nueva. For Cedeno.
Well, as we go into the halftime team talk, Neil Rule, for Ben Pearman, it's nice job, fellas. More of the same. We got beat early, but you grew into the match. He's going to be a happy camper heading back to the dressing rooms under the Keyworth stands. For Danny Dicchio, it's we were great for 12 minutes. What happened for the last 30, and how do we get it back? And Detroit City FC are going to have to find that aggressive style that gave them that great 12-minute that start to this match, and find a way to get it out of the dressing room after halftime.
Santos will throw it in. About the final minute of play. Nonu really won that ball. Aerial duel. Cedeno floats it for Villanueva. Tried to cross it in, and it away. Cedeno got it back. Tried to cross it in. Gasso stepping through. Gasso goes down. The official says play on.
And blows for halftime.
That is the halftime whistle. Detroit City FC had a 1-0 lead. Charleston Battery storms back. Cal Jennings, a brace today. He leads USL Championship in goals. He's been the man, and now we're having a bit of a dust-up out on the pitch. Cedeno, some words for some of the Charleston Battery. They walk by the bench. 45 minutes down. Detroit City FC, some work to do in the second half. Charleston Battery, a 2-1 lead. Welcome to halftime, brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. From Royal Oak to Jefferson Avenue. Grab a friend and a jersey too and chant. Chant like you give a damn.
this community. It's super unique. It's not for everybody. This is Detroit.
There's nothing like it in the USL. It's really created an atmosphere in American soccer that not a lot of people see. It's just a big party.
And they sing the entire game, and they dance the entire game, and we feel that.
It's just such an advantage, and we have such a good crowd.
Everything's just amplified. When you hear the roar of the fans, it just amplifies everything that you're already feeling.
They're definitely the 12th man out there for sure.
El fútbol internacional regresa a Detroit. Sé testigo de la pasión y la intensidad del fútbol internacional cuando el Detroit City Football Club se enfrente al 6 veces campeón de la Liga MX, el Santos Laguna. No te pierdas un momento de este juego histórico el miércoles 25 de junio en el legendario Keyworth Stadium.
Stepping through Mance again. On the move. Mance again! Finds him.
Los boletos están a la venta ya.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. From Royal Oak to Jefferson Avenue. Grab a friend and a jersey too and chant. Chant like you give a damn. Now we're talking Detroit and the Stros is spoken here.
The lead here at the half. Halftime brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Let's take a look at one of the polished veterans Danny Dicchio and Detroit City FC have brought in here for this season. Let's get to know more about Marcello Polisi.
Now Polisi lining it up. Polisi! Okay, Marcello!
I'm Marcello Polisi. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I'm a midfielder for Detroit City FC. I've worked with Dasso in the past, so connected with him a little bit. He got hired here, and I just texted him, said congratulations, and he responded. Maybe there was some interest, and then once the season ended, it kind of picked up from there. And the opportunity arose, and you know, it's kind of a no-brainer from there. Coming to the USL, I think it's a good step in my career, and everything from the fans about Detroit, playing for Danny, playing for Dasso, you know, the coaching staff, everything. It was a no-brainer for me, to be honest. The CPO Halifax was the ones to give me my first professional contract. They gave me a platform to express myself as a professional footballer. But it's a growing league. I think it's only getting better. So only positive things that I think are going to come from the CPL. Yeah, I think it's a really good group. I think, you know, there's a high level of intensity every day in training. You can see the demands that are being put on us, that we need to push each other every single day in order to achieve what we want to achieve. The principles were set pretty early on from Danny, and even from the returning guys, they made things very clear right away, and what you're expected, the things that you're expected to do on the field, even off the field, how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. So yeah, Danny's made it very clear, and all the players from returning have also, you know, mimicked that. The second that I found out that there's interest within DCFC, right away, that's the first thing I did is look up, you know, the stadium, the fans. Yeah, I think that's almost the biggest excitement, to be honest, is playing at home for the first time, just seeing the environment of the videos that I've seen, the flares, the noise. You know, I've heard even from people within the city I've talked to, like, the games are so fun to go to. So being on that field, I mean, that's your 12th man right there.
They jump, let it go! And a bolt of lightning from Keyworth Stadium. Morris the shot, right to back of the net. Keyworth is electric. Romo to Remy at the far post. Morris lets it go!
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a loan, love, take a loan for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
How does Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water keep you in the game? We always source our water directly from the natural spring to fuel every body, no matter how you like to move it. So whether you're chasing your goals or just staying active this summer, make sure to stay hydrated with Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Always bottled at the natural spring source.
El fútbol internacional regresa a Detroit. Sé testigo de la pasión y la intensidad del fútbol internacional cuando el Detroit City Football Club se enfrente al 6 veces campeón de la Liga MX, el Santos Laguna. No te pierdas un momento de este juego histórico el miércoles 25 de junio en el legendario Keyword Stadium.
Stepping through, Max again. On the move, Max again! Finds him.
Los boletos están a la venta ya.
Bringing you inside the USL Championship and League One. Diving into all the biggest stories and top headlines. This is USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr.
Back at historic Keyworth Stadium, 2-1. Charleston Battery, after trailing 1-0 in the opening moments, fought back to take the lead. Halftime brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Let's see what's popping around USL Championship. Of course, it is the news and notes. Pittsburgh's run in the Open Cup ended in the round of 16. They were the highest second division side in the tournament.
And I'll tell you what, the USL Championship has had some good experiences in the US Open Cup for the last couple of years, but this year, some of the higher division teams just too much. The Riverhounds under Bob Lewis, always a good cup run team, just comes up a little short.
A lot of international flair for USL Championship. A ton of players, as is always the case, named to the CONCACAF Gold Cup preliminary rosters. And El Tri will play at the Coliseum. That's going to be a lot of fun. That place will be rocking.
I love that they've been able to take that building, the Oakland Coliseum, such an iconic sporting venue for its lifetime, and turn it into a true home for soccer in the Bay Area.
Let's see what's going on here in USL Championship tonight. Of course, this is one of my favorite games. What will John Krieger be watching tonight? And my guess is going to be Monterey Bay and Lou City. Am I right?
You are a winner. That's right. Get home here from Keyworth Stadium after watching the women play, and then at 10 o'clock tonight, tune that in, because I think Monterey Bay can test Lou City. It's going to be a tough time for Lou City to head out west and to try to get the job done.
Tampa Bay Rowdies against Lexington. They need to get things rolling and start picking up some points for Detroit City FC as we look ahead to what's going on their schedule. Of course, they will dip back into the second half for you. Detroit City FC with some work to do. Halftime brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. Good to see the young fans out on Memorial Day weekend. Another huge crowd with a ton going on in the city of Detroit. We'll be back with more USL Championship soccer.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Some people are born warriors. Something drives them forward, past any obstacle, towards something bigger. Maybe they weren't born with a silver spoon, but they were born with a purpose. At Wayne State University, we take this drive and turn it into so much more, so they can become Warrior Strong.
They jump, let it go! And a bolt of lightning through Keyworth Stadium. Morris the shot, runs it back in the net. Keyworth is electric. Romo to Levy at the far post. Morris lets it go!
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With zero hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
Detroit City FC is brought to you by Fago, proud to be the official pop of DCFC. For Pontchartrain, the official hotel partner of Detroit City FC. And Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here.
And it's 2-1, ready for an exciting second half.
Charleston Battery on a 6-match winning streak will have the possession to get things started.
So keys to the game were Detroit City FC be the cooler, and Charleston, the show goes on. Here in the second half, Detroit City FC's key is pick up the energy. They got to find the energy they had for the first 12 minutes and start to control the midfield again like they did in the early part of this match. And for Charleston, plain and simple, more of the same. Shut down City's wing backs, control midfield. If you do that, you get out of here with 3 points.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by DTE Energy. DTE recommends installing carbon monoxide detectors in your home and business today. Morris swings it out. Here's Michael Bryan. No substitutions that we have been made aware of. Dominic Gasso playing on a yellow and a little bit of accumulation after said yellow. That's really the only thing that you have your eye on right now.
And he's got to be very careful. He can't leave his feet. He can't make too aggressive of a challenge, because he is certainly on the referee's radar right now.
Reese Williams causing some problems over there on the wing. Winning the throw. He's headed away. And Nonu cleared it out. Another throw for Reese. Chapman, tight spaces.
The way Charleston just continues to close down the throws, just a triangle of defenders. They'll allow a player to receive the throw, but they're not letting him go anywhere else.
Cedeno, looks like he looked over the wrong shoulder. Twisted around a little bit. There you see first half stats.
Pretty equal, possession 55%. 45 for Charleston. Shots on target, 2 for each side. Final third entries basically equal. For me, the difference comes in some of those work rate stats. And in the work rate stats, the duels, winning those physical battles, Charleston has the decided advantage. They've won 67% of all duels and 73% of aerial duels. Those are those work rate numbers that allow you to control possession and start things on the counter when you look to.
Ball rolls out for a goal kick. Of course, here at Keyworth today, John, doubleheader action set up, 7 o'clock. Detroit City FC's women's side will be in action.
Dave Dwayhe's club. Tough start against AFC Ann Arbor, but Always nice to see the women's side back here at Keyworth. And the crowd should be rocking for the women. A great crowd here today at Keyworth Stadium, close to a sellout.
On David Torres. Middle, Landry. Torres. Roy. Smith gives chase. That ball overcooked just slightly. But that, the last pass notwithstanding, that was Charleston Battery soccer, John.
Sure.
There.
Try to run it up one wing, doesn't work. Work it back around. Malloy holds the attention of a defender that allows you to switch it to the far touchline and have another go. Control the midfield and test your opponent from touchline to touchline. That's what Ben Pierman has done with clubs his entire career, and this Charleston club very, very good at it.
This match so far is in everything we were promised. And we're going to be getting up here in a couple of minutes to when the chess pieces start flying around the board. Of course, with Ben Pierman and Danny Dicchio, that'll be fun to sit back and watch. Sue Landry.
The way Malloy's working without the ball. He's just kind of sitting in that pocket of space in the middle of the park. There he is.
He has it at the top of the D. Lets a shot go. Herrera makes the grab. Would imagine he wanted to do a little more with that shot.
Scuffed it.
Yep.
But he works so well without the ball, sitting in there in the middle of three City defenders, and then uses a defender as a screener and pops it up because his foot didn't catch all of it.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Alumnify, smart banking, fearless football, one winning team. Alumnify, proud partner of DCFC. 51st minute, Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. Happy to have you along. It's turned into a pretty good day. Temperature right around 60 degrees, maybe popping up to 61 or 62. Memorial Day weekend in Michigan. Of course, here in the Michigan area, a lot of people like to slide up north. But there's always a lot going on in the city of Detroit. Here at Keyworth, no doubt about that as well. Crowd pushing 7,000 as there always is. The Tigers in action at home tonight. A couple of music festivals going on. Movement, of course. Michael Bryant can't wait to get work done today, so he can go on over to Movement in Hart Plaza.
Well, and it's so much so that a lot of the city players are going to make the trip down to that festival. And Michael Bryant actually invited one of the DJs to be his guest and was given a kit at halftime because a lot of the city players very big into the EDM music scene.
I know that Detroit City FC information director, I'm sure you'll see Jarrett Mackey down there in the Detroit area.
He's moved down to Detroit now.
Yep. Torres the shot! And it's finished. Charleston Battery go up 3-1. What a quality finish by Juan David Torres.
I thought there was no way, you and I are talking about Dance Music Festival, because I thought there was no way he was going to be able to cut that back into the 6th. And what a great bit of service for Torres to just line up and take. This thing is going out wide. I thought City had this contained. There's two defenders there, and all of a sudden they leave him go, and Torres is standing in the D and picks his spot well. City's defense is right there, and all of a sudden they let the pass leak out right into a perfect shooting position. They had that corralled and just let it open. And Charleston didn't miss. And that's the second Charleston goal today, where City's defense just left a man in acres of space.
No touch needed. Juan David Torres, his 4th goal of the season, 4 assists as well. The flag up. Aaron Smith ahead of the run, but Into the 54th minute. Detroit City FC's up against it now, John.
Got to find a way to get back into the game, and to do that, you're going to have to start to chase the game a little bit. You talked about when would the chess pieces start getting juggled. The chess pieces getting juggled is going to move up a little bit, because now you're 2 goals down to the best club in the Eastern Conference, and you haven't had much control in midfield over the last 20 minutes. And you need to find that.
Charleston cooking. This is their 5th consecutive match with 3 or more goals. John, you just don't see scoring streaks like that.
No. This is a team on an outstanding run of form, and they're trying to do it again here. City now really struggling to keep up with Charleston in midfield. Malloy has taken a more advanced role here in the second half, really directing traffic, stretching City out. A lot of gaps in the back line at the moment. So they have to find a way to shore it up, get some control back in this match. And frankly, Neil Rule, I understand it's never about one person, one player, but I think this match entirely changed when Gasso had the chance to put Detroit City up 2-1 and missed an absolute sitter of a header. And since then, Charleston have been the team in the ascendancy, and they have made Detroit City pay with a couple of goals in the last 10 minutes of game time.
So Connor Rutz putting his boots on, tying him up and everything. Villanueva undresses his defender. Villanueva tried to cross it. It's played away, but a corner coming up for City.
And for all that, if City get a goal on this corner, the last 20 minutes become a memory, and we're right back into having a match to decide here. City very good on set pieces, and Ben Moore is excellent at delivering service.
Shane Weed at 6'3", always a target. Zamudio, sure-handed, makes the grab.
He had a shaky start to this match, but he's been better. He's gotten some help by a back line that found a rhythm together. There's been a lot of turnover on the Charleston back line throughout the season. It is not often you see Devin Amumensa get just muscled off the ball. And he just got muscled off the ball.
Landry will swing it back. And fans, eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball, free to play. Download it right now.
.34.5 minutes plus stoppage to go. Wonder how long it'll be before we see Connor Rutz and what shape Detroit City will take with his inclusion. It would surprise me if it's any kind of attacking player coming off, down 2 goals. Extra body up top might make sense for Danny Dicchio.
Torres needs no space to put a quality touch on a ball. No space whatsoever.
A very fast foot, just squirts and then puts a boot on it and squirts into space, and all of a sudden you've got trouble.
Native of Colombia, played in the top leagues in Colombia. Still very young, just 24 years old. Playing with a whole lot of flair right now. Torres, the no-look service.
And Jennings was there, but it was just too high for him.
Juan de Torres has the wind at his back right now.
And I'm sorry, that was MD Myers that was there. Just too high for him.
Wheat, 46 matches last 2 seasons for Sacramento Republic. They're down for DCFC. Williams, as we check out the Fago replay, the official pop of Detroit City FC.
Those are never fun.
Step down.
Yeah.
Nonu stepped on his foot just as he was planting. And that's making his way up the pitch. Now he'll retreat. Here comes Cal Jennings off the turnover. Torres calling for it. Can he get on the end of it? He is flying across the pitch, but will run out of space.
And Detroit City FC are very lucky that that touch was heavy, because Charleston on the counter was off to the races again. If that pass is anywhere near on target, City have some problems.
Michael Edwards will keep the possession. So nearly got it back. Here's Michael Bryant.
Here's the thing, Neil. When Darren Smith is handling the ball for you in the halfway circle, that means your offense isn't where it needs to be. That means Charleston has compacted the pitch.
Chapman, Villanueva. Chapman with the throw. He opened the scoring. 2nd minute.
That was a great start. And Charleston, City didn't get a chance to settle into having a lead.
Ball up for Morris, the touch, and it will bounce just wide. Boy, tantalizing everybody in the stadium.
And it spun a bit wide too. Beautiful ball up over the top. Ben Morris is there, tracks it, takes the touch. See it spin forward on the turf right there. If that spins off the turf a different way, it's 3-2, but it spun on him and went wide, carried wide.
Bryant plays it down. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by the Saba Law Firm.
Triple sub coming for Detroit City FC. And look who's coming back on the pitch. Number 5, Stephen Carroll, is coming back from injury. So we will have 3 subs for Detroit City. Looks like Michael Bryant's race is going to be run. It'll be Carroll, Rutz, and Yamazaki to come on for Detroit City FC. Looks like Cedeno will make way. Bryant will make way.
Villanueva coming off as well, and this is a historic appearance for Connor Rutz, John.
152 appearances for Detroit City FC moves him past club legend Nate Steinwasser into 2nd place alone in all-time number of appearances for the club. Connor Rutz, that gritty workmanlike guy that keeps him in his place, now sits 2nd all-time. The number of times he's worn rouge here in Detroit.
Douglas Martinez in for Charleston Battery, replacing Arturo Rodriguez. Martinez, 25 matches played for Real Salt Lake in MLS from 2019 to 2021. Spent the last 2 seasons in Indy 11. So played 7 matches for the Honduran national team as well.
A lot of life left in this game. City only 2 goals down. They've brought on 3 players. Carroll, who can anchor the defense, and my guess is his remit is find out where Cal Jennings is, and not to quote Gene Hackman in the movie Hoosiers, but by the end of the, pretend he's chewing gum. By the end of the game, I want to know what flavor it is. I think that's going to be Stephen Carroll's remit for the next 30 minutes. And on the other side, with Yamazaki and Rutz, it's be pacey and get the ball forward. Try to force the Charleston defense back.
Zaki certainly had his moments here this season for Detroit City FC. Seen him come in and impact matches.
See, that's got to be a little better there, Neil. That's a fluffed cross, fluffed switch attempt. And again, you're allowing Charleston to press you. And again, you punt the ball downfield and give it right back to Charleston. Got to be better sustained possession, better movement with the ball, better movement without the ball. Right now, Charleston being allowed to dictate the flow of this match.
And you were talking about the pressure as well, if anything. Keeps Cal Jennings in that final third. So when he does get a touch, he's ready to rock.
He's in the danger spot. Look at where Jennings is handling the ball right now versus where Darren Smith has had to come back to get.
City will keep it here, Shane Wheat. See the captain, Stephen Carroll, back out there. Ball to Ben Morris, Reese Williams. City's got something cooking here. The cross played away. No new, took no chances. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Strategic Staffing Solutions, longtime partner with Detroit City FC. Stephen Carroll has it. Stephen Carroll lets it go. Overcooked that one, sent it over top of the frame. It was good to see the captain back out there, no doubt.
You mentioned Strategic Staffing Solutions. For a long time, they were the sponsor of DCFC's international matches. Speaking of international matches, there's an international friendly coming up here in Keyworth. Santos coming in late June. Detroit City FC versus one of Liga MX's best. Tickets available at DebtCityFC.com.
Nervous moments again. Dio. If you play it away. And fans, don't forget you can enter the Prinks Tires Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter today. That away. Heavy touch from Douglas Martinez, but he got it back. And we're just about where that number on the clock starts with a 7. Really becomes the enemy, Detroit City FC, almost as much as Charleston.
You see how bunched up City are right now, Neil? That's good ball over the top.
Morris comes up, finds Darren Smith. Smith! Just missed picking the corner. Check out our Fago replay, the official pop of DCFC.
What a header into Smith. And he just turns and lets go and doesn't miss by much. He had one ruled out for offside early going, and that was almost a carbon copy at the other end. And he puts it wide of the post. If Detroit City FC don't come back in this one, they will look at this match as a match of almost. A couple of missed opportunities in the first half. That turn there by Smith. Detroit City FC have had the opportunities to be right in this match. But the difference is that Charleston have converted their chances and Detroit City FC have not converted theirs. And that's why we're 3-1.
John, in this match more than most, too. We gave you the stats. Charleston Battery, 5 consecutive matches with 3 or more goals.
You knew you were going to have to score.
You got to score them.
Yep.
You don't have a choice. Chapman with it, but there's still 20-plus minutes left. Yamazaki, the give, the go.
The pace.
The cross. Rutz couldn't get it to settle down. Great work by Chapman.
That, by the way, is why Yamazaki's out there.
Darren Smith taken down by Michael Edwards. Darren Smith still down.
He landed hard. No foul, he just landed hard.
Oh yeah, came down on the shoulder.
Right on the shoulder inside. That's going to knock the wind right out of you.
It's one of the top 5 more uncomfortable things that can happen to your body. When wind gets knocked out of you,
when you're coming down,
you think you're never going to breathe again. Flicked in. All he can do is just sit there and wait. Mensa lost his footing.
But kept possession.
Landry.
And Charleston would be fine with that for the next 20 minutes. Have a kickabout.
Wheat taken down. And the official finally blows the whistle. And when you get in an aerial duel with Shane Wheat, there are no winners.
So, you know what?
There are no winners.
The only circumstance, certainty, Neil, is the pain's going to be inflicted on somebody.
On probably both sides.
But that's why Danny Ezekiel wanted to bring Shane Wheat in. He knew what he could do coming from Sacramento. And in his second season, he brings over a defender he trusts a lot. When you lose a guy like Stephen Carroll for a couple of matches to injury, and he made a point of talking about how Shane Wheat had stepped in so well. It shows he's got trust in that guy on a back line that's been one of the best in USL Championships over the last calendar.
Shane Wheat at 6'3". Like I said, you have a duel with him, you may win the ball and still lose. Darren Smith with it. Connor Rutz stepped over it. Good overplay by Stephen Carroll to Smith, to Rutz, to Morris. And Morris's pass, Yamazaki cut out.
That touch has to be better.
Morris took it away. Morris has been good here today, both sides.
That's the frustrating part for the City faithful right now. City are playing in a way where they have flashes that show you why they belong in this match and why they're a top 5 team in the conference.
I'll tell you right now, John, it seems like they're putting some things together. The vibes have changed a little bit. Carroll.
They got 18 minutes. They got to find the back of the net twice.
Mensa. Steps over. Yamazaki is in space. And so is Morris. Slots it looking for Smith. Morris will get it back. Reese Williams. Had to go through his defender. Tracking back nicely. Douglas Martinez. Martinez fouled.
And Neil, you are right. City are starting to find their form a little bit. We've got a couple of subs coming in. 2 for Charleston, 1 for Detroit City FC. Altez Juve coming in for Detroit City FC. For Charleston, it will be Mark Segbers coming in. And Rubio Rubin for Charleston Battery.
Cal Jennings comes in, or excuse me, comes off for the sub. Chris Allen also will come off. Mark Segbers.
And this is all about consolidating the win.
Cal Jennings has earned the final 16 minutes off paid.
Back-to-back braces for that man, who I'm sure will be in the running for USL Championship Team of the Week.
That's why, John, that's why I like working with you. You make the bold claims that nobody else is willing to put their name to.
No.
Somebody's got to do it, though, John. And you do it.
I thought you were going to channel the late Bob Euchre and tell me I win the best color guy in the league for nothing.
What's understood doesn't need to be explained, my friend. Ball played into space. Gasso. Chapman. Chips it. Juve just came in. Fresh legs. Juve puts his head down. Juve off the side of the post.
He ran by everybody. That's why he's in, though. Altez Juve has pace to spare.
Juve signed with Orlando City B at 18 years old on loan from Lexington. Ball sent into the box.
Corner conceded.
Epinonu is not taking any chances. Gladly concedes the corner. But I'll tell you what, Altez Juve came in, took on everyone.
Absolutely worked the body of Segbers, came across and put too close to the keeper and off of the keeper in the post.
Corner driven in, Gasso got a piece of it. Juve again, that shot is blocked.
And you know what, tip of the cap for Gasso, who had a booking after 30 minutes and a rash challenge after 35 and has managed to keep himself in the game and play a good, technically sound last 32 minutes of soccer.
Juve. Yamazaki. Chapman. And Smith turns. Sends it across. And mishandling there by Ben Morris.
Touch just a little heavy.
Looks like the spin climbed up his foot a bit.
This is much, much better from Detroit City FC in the last 10 minutes of this match. Since the triple sub, they've worked back in here. They've just got to find a way to find a window in what I promise you will be an increasingly park plus over the last 13 minutes. Because here's the other thing about Charleston. For as good as Ben Pierman is at building a culture, and for as attacking as his teams have been over the last few matches, Ben Pierman coaches his players on how to see out a match. And Detroit City FC is going to have to counter that.
Landry up with the challenge. Gasso keeps it. Morris drives it. Juve again on this left wing. He'll take on all comers. Juve toe pokes it across. It's cleared away. Juve comes back and takes it from everyone. Yamazaki has it. Yamazaki will let it go, and the stop is made by Zamudio.
Little half chance there. Yamazaki scuffed it. Rutz was in there. Couldn't get to it to redirect it. Look at Altez Juve. Leaves it. And the shot through on the near post, well covered.
Cagey move there by Stephen Carroll. Rubin was gambling he was going to head it back to the keeper and sold out for it. And Stevie often does do that, but this was the one time in 100 he doesn't. Darren Smith, cross in, Morris was late getting to the party.
But an interception. And then the turnover back. Nice recovery there. I think that's Malloy in the middle that made a nice recovery and interception.
Malloy. Torres in some space. Torres has a goal already. Torres just misses that right post.
A quarter yard, and he managed to get that shot off. You said it earlier, he doesn't need space at all. And there was no space. And he just turned the body and turned it into a shot. Crunch time now with 10 to go.
Jennings had the brace in the first half, but Torres has been a menace here in the second half.
Been absolutely outstanding. And his third goal really is the insurance that changed the tenor of this contest. Forced the triple sub from Danny Dicchio.
Landry slots the ball ahead, and that pass connects, and that stop is made by Herrera. For Douglas Martinez that time. Dangerous on the attack.
So dangerous on the counter, and that really is the other side of having to chase the game. If you're Detroit City, you're going to leave yourself vulnerable to things like that going the other way.
But that's the seat you have in the table right now.
Yep.
As we've always talked about. 3-1, 4-1, what's the difference? You know, you got to get to 3 to get a result.
Absolutely, but on the other side here for Charleston, what this does is allow them to kill some more time. He will check every stitch on the ball there before he puts it down on the quadrant.
Corner driven in. Things up. Clock is the enemy right now. You're right. It'll be Torres. Wants to line it up exactly where he wants it. And that one's across and out. Goal kick coming up for Detroit City.
And how quickly does Charleston get back and put 6 behind the ball?
Juve.
Malloy wins that battle.
Juve gets the whistle. Just under 7,000 here in the building.
Great crowd here today. A lot of them will stick around for the women's match afterward. Great doubleheader day. Here's Juve off to the races. Pass isn't there for him. See why Danny Dicchio trusts him to be the pacey super sub when you need it.
Ball chested down. Rubin was in the mix. City launched another one. Foul called against Douglas Martinez. Devin Amumensa will go in the books.
Devin does not believe it. Neither does Stephen Carroll. Okay, there it is.
Fair enough.
The first part where he had his kind of was rolling over and his feet were high, I thought that was what the booking was for. And then the little leave where all of a sudden his opponent is there and on his feet, and then he's not. Yeah, you're going to pick up a booking.
Yellow cards brought to you by the Seva Law Firm. Shane Wheat comes out of the match. Another substitution for Detroit City FC. Lisi comes in.
Subject of our halftime feature. Getting a little time.
Morris looking to link up with Darren Smith, and he does.
What a turn by Smith to get back on the front foot.
The space Chapman. Cross winged in, Ruts the target. It's cut out nicely by Michael Edwards at 6'4". Physics in that matchup, not on the side of Connor Ruts. All you can do at this point, just keep winging it in there. Good touch by Rubin. Lisi will force him wide, however.
Playing right into Charleston's hands here, Neil. They want to make the game as choppy as possible. Over the last 5 minutes, they'll take whistles all over the place.
Certainly will. 86th minute, Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. City up against it, down 3-1. They had a 1-0 lead 2 minutes into this match. Highest scoring team in USL Championship. Flex their offensive muscle. Charleston Battery with a 3-1 lead. Cross towards the back post, nobody there.
And more so than flexing their offensive muscle, really, they controlled this game. They controlled it in midfield. They really pushed City back. It was a very complete performance.
This could be a booking, and it is on Landry. Quick restart. Jay Chapman's upset. The official pointing at the card. Jay Chapman says, yes, I understand. Put the card away so we can go.
Because now you allow Charleston to get reset.
Right. Mizaki. Pass will go out of play, and now a couple of substitutions for Ben Pierman.
And this is all about take some more time off the clock.
This good Torres comes off the pitch. He's been lethal here tonight. MD Myers will come off as well.
Langston Blackstock will come on. Emilio Icaza will come on as well. So a defender and a midfielder coming on. And the remit is going to be a bunch of ABH clearances. Anywhere but near our goal.
Langston Blackstock will come in for the throw. 47 matches played for Pittsburgh the last 2 seasons. Carroll over. You see Stephen Carroll back. Didn't get the start here today, but came on about 25-ish minutes ago.
Anytime you're coming off injury, you got to get those matches where you play about half an hour work yourself back to match fitness. But City faithful will be glad to see Stevie back where he belongs.
Juve will come over, win the throw. Really like Juve's work rate since he's come into this match. This throw will be all the way into the 18. Chapman got a head on it. Comes through. Gasso taken down. Did not get the call. Yamazaki, he's taken down with the off arm by Malloy. Actually kind of surprised that wasn't a booking.
I would agree with you, partner.
But at this point, 90th minute, it's kind of immaterial.
I think the official was more concerned with getting play restarted and getting people in place.
And Morris lining it up. Will he give one a go? Let's see. Morris tried to. Overcooked it.
Got up underneath it. Never close.
As we move towards stoppage time. There will be 4 minutes of stoppage time.
And Charleston will wait as long as they can before restarting play. At this point, you commit a foul if you're Charleston, doesn't matter as long as it's not in the box.
Juve has had some moments of brilliance. Turns on the Jets. His cross played away. This will be a corner. City's got to go. It's going to take something pretty special here. In pretty short order. No, the corner is not awarded. Boy,
Okay.
Yamazaki is beside himself about it. I saw that as deflected.
I would agree with you, partner, but that's why we're up here and
That's correct.
our official is down there. El Garcia saw it differently.
I only have my AYSO officiating license. That's as high as I've gotten on the official ladder, I guess you could say.
I would love to see you officiate a soccer match.
Landry with it. My daughter's 10U team.
Got to find out when these matches are. I'm about to see you in action. Heckler.
Saturdays at noon at the local park. A lot of fun. That ball's out into space. Toe poke by Rubin. He's unable to advance it. Carroll had it taken away.
Credit
Carroll
where
gets back.
credit where credit is due. Ben Pierman brought his club in here with the way they were going to play. They got punched in the mouth early, responded, and from 20 minutes on the clock, they have really, for large portions, controlled this match. And showing you as they go to their 7th consecutive USL Championship win, why they are again among the favorites for the title.
Connor Rutz will play it back. Stoppage time, just about halfway over. Gasso touched it up. Rutz couldn't get on the end of it. Landry sends it out.
City have some history with late comebacks. Their win in Phoenix earlier this year, testament to that. They got to get a goal here quick.
Polisi. Service in. Played away. But no new. Good job again. He's been pretty good in the second half as well. That ball sent out into space. Polisi will track back.
Negative on the scoreboard for Detroit City FC. If you're going to take a positive from this match, if you're looking for one from LaRouche, it's that they certainly showed in some stretches tonight that they can play with anybody in the division, and that's going to serve them well as they get through this brutal scheduling stretch of 6 out of 7 away from home. Because coming down the stretch in this season, as we get through the dog days of summer, you're going to have a lot of home matches at Keyworth. And this team has shown they can play with just about anybody.
And the final whistle sounds in Charleston Battery. After trailing 1-0 after the first 2 minutes, storm back with a convincing 3-1 win over Detroit City FC.
Charleston, 6-match winning streak. 19 goals, extended to 7. 19 goals, 6 goals conceded during that stretch. Neil Rule, that's dominance.
I'm not a huge math guy, but you're probably going to win all the matches when you've outscored everybody from that perspective.
And they also become the first team to beat Detroit City FC here at Keyworth Stadium since August of last year, so tip of the cap there as well.
And let's check out our save of the match presented by Alumnify. And off the left foot, you see Carlos Herrera. That was a huge save at that moment in time. But in the end, Charleston Battery offensively, too much this afternoon. They get a big, big win here at Keyworth. We'll take our final break, come back, and wrap this thing up. 3-1, Charleston Battery get the win. We'll be back with more.
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With 0 hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
This community, it's super unique. It's not for everybody. This is Detroit.
There's nothing like it in the USL. It's really created an atmosphere in American soccer that not a lot of people see. It's just a big party.
And they sing the entire game, and they dance the entire game, and we feel that.
It's just such an advantage when we have such a good crowd.
Everything's just amplified. When you hear the roar of the fans, it just amplifies everything that you're already feeling.
They're definitely the 12th man out there for sure.
At historic Keyworth Stadium. A lot of goals in that camera shot right now between Darren Smith and Cal Jennings, but Cal Jennings got the better of Detroit City FC here today. He had 2 in the first half alone, and Charleston Battery with the 3-1 win. Let's check out the highlights from today's match. And for Detroit City FC, right off the rip, it was the shot of the match presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey off the corner. Beautiful setup. It was a dream start for DCFC.
And a dream start for Jay Chapman, who scores against his former club. But the dream would not last long, because 3 minutes later, all of a sudden, cardinal sin committed. Cal Jennings left alone. And when Cal Jennings is left alone and gets a good cross, he's going to do that. Keeper rooted to the spot. Teams battled at 1-1 until just before halftime, when Cal Jennings is left alone. And when Cal Jennings is left alone, he's going to do that and put it in the back of the net. You see a pattern here. Herrera could have gotten a hand of that, but the way Jennings put it forward, that's tough for any keeper to stop. After halftime, Detroit City FC looks like they have something contained, and all of a sudden Torres, waiting in the D, he squirts past his marker. He's all alone. He picks his spot. Herrera rooted to the spot, tried to then dive late and was nowhere near it. And that's the third goal, and that's how we finish. 3 goals for the Battery, 3 points for Charleston. They consolidate their spot atop the Eastern Conference standings.
And there are the full-time stats as well. 12 shots for Detroit City FC, 2 on target to 4 on target for Charleston Battery. But again, they were on brand. Charleston Battery just did what they did, and they continue to score and they continue to win.
They are favorites for me in the Eastern Conference. Them, Louisville, the 2 best in the conference, and they show no signs of slowing down as we head into the middle months of the season.
Well, that will wrap up our broadcast. Detroit City FC will be at Portland Hearts of Pine next Saturday in the Jägermeister Cup play. Well, that will do it as we said. For my broadcast partner, John Krieger, our producer, John Safaro, and our entire crew, my name is Neil Rule, reminding you one final time. Charleston Battery erupt again. They get a 3-1 win over Detroit City FC. Have a happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you all for your service. Thanks for watching, everybody. Well, see you later.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.